Woo! What is up, everybody? It is Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I had fun, always working on single stocks. I think we are in, early throes of a bull market here for a while, at least several more months, years. Who knows, the AI adoption, big advance. So that's going to lead to, economical advances through the stock market valuation, in my opinion, as you've been seeing. And single stocks are a way everyone's cracked out on. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to try and do, obviously, my ETF videos are very important to my trading. This is also really fun when I do it. I think we can all, make some money together. And even just from today's scans, some interesting stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to hope to do this. I typically try to do the ETF videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I'm going to try and do this. It would be great if I did Tuesday, Thursday, but I know realistically I'm not going to be able to do videos 5 days a week. So in the off days, like Tuesday, Thursday, hopefully you can expect at least one stock video and we'll make some money together. That's pretty much the reason. So let's see. Everyone's cracked down on single stocks ever since the Robinhood made it fun on your phones, gamification, right? So let's look. So this is an interesting one. There's a horse holding a syringe. I like to start out strong. And there's pills falling from the sky, it seems. And you're like, what what the HE double hockey sticks is going on here? It was about that name right here. Walgreens today, a big mover. We're also going to look at this thing called QURE. Oh, before I get into what my filters were, because that's a big deal. So I'm looking at anything above $10 price, which is pretty meaningless. Pretty much market cap should typically matter, but a lot of these are biotechs I'm not going to ignore. But the one thing I am going to uphold is a $10 last price at least, and average daily volume of at least 1 million shares. So that will be enough. And I would personally not be doing options on any of these. I'd probably just be playing the stock. I'm going to only review the biggest movers of the day. So I'm going to look to do this at least once a week. So a little bit focused on single stocks. Like I said, early throws of a bull market, and you capture that by getting paid in risk, and you usually do that through single stocks over the indices. I understand not a lot of people want to get into 3-month out EWJ, at the money calls. So, but a lot of people want to YOLO on Walgreens. So if they build it, I guess they'll come. So QURE doubles, we'll look at that, what that is. Walgreens soars 18%. I'll give you a hint. It was buyout news type of thing. And then SiriusXM falls 12%. We will take some look at the charts. Again, this is going to be different. I'm not going to go right into the SPY or anything like that. We're going to go right into these names. So let's have some fun. Okie dokie. Let me just pull up the doc. Pretty much everything else should stay the same. Right, John? I suppose. Actually, my computer disagrees. Okay. So first one I have up here, the biggest mover today, obviously massive multiple standard deviation. This company called QURE, all right, up 110% today. So we're starting out very strong. This is a biotech company. If you couldn't have guessed, they deal with rare and devastating diseases. It says hemophilia treatment and stuff like that. Small company, full warning, got to give you full disclaimer. It's a $350 million company. Let's see what the news was today. I'm guessing they got some sort of approval. Uniqure stock hits 18-month high after FDA agreement clears pathway for a blah, blah, blah. What they're working on here is some refractory clinical trial medication. So what we do is the charts. That is the most important thing. So new 52-week high. As they said, new 18-month high. So this is the intraday chart. It gapped up on the news here. As you could see, it was $7 yesterday. And at 7 a.m. pre-market is when the announcement I'm looking at here was made. The thing went from $8.50 all the way. It just continued to climb to all the way to $17 at 12:30. And then look at this picture perfect tag of the VWAP. The volume weighted average price factors in obviously this heavy bar and some of this major buying in the early morning hours. The VWAP was 1473, and it closed just below that by about 1%. As I zoom out, of course, we're looking for opportunities for this. It's funny, if I was just looking at this at a technical basis, my valuation was $8. So obviously this Bollinger Band will catch up a little bit. This is tough. It's actually had a nice 2-week run. The 200-day moving average, which is not an ignorable number, is 583. Your stock right now was you know, 3 times above that almost. So tough one. Some of these are not going to be easy to read. I'm not going to really, you know, play something like this. This could mean revert on anything. The biotech's full warning, very difficult, but it has been a decent market for them. I'm personally long a biotech, and it's become the largest holding in my portfolio. So some of these do definitely deserve credit. This one doubling today on that news. They're not all crazy movers like that. The next one is Alaska Air, a new 52-week high today. As I look at the one-day move here today, is up 13% today. Let's take a look, see why together. Let's see. I can't be that they're expanding to Tokyo and Seoul next year. I'm not sure, but the airlines has been a good area. The Jets ETF has been a really strong performer. These have really nice balance sheets actually now. Believe it or not, fundamentally they look decent. So this one, it's unfortunate. I'd rather be longer. I was actually personally holding out for United, but Delta looks great too. This is Alaska Air, obviously. My full valuation for this after, you know, a 2-week run, I was anticipating the next 2 weeks being this bullish, but my target was around $56 to $58. So a little bit much here if you could buy on some kind of a pullback, but really strong. Let me just give me a second. I'm trying to see why this thing ripped today. Because I'm doing it here live with you. If there was earnings or something. Latest airline to boost guidance on strong holiday travel demand. Yeah, bullish outlook. So there you go. That will do it. All right, and the next one, Walgreens, a massive mover here today. Walgreens, you can see there, up 17%. They looks like they had that announcement. Well, I'll just tell you what the news is right here. Yep, go private deal right there. I think this has been rumored many times as I zoom out. So yeah, the chart was there and actually closed below VWAP by, you know, a decent margin. The stock was up 18% on the day. Very ugly, very heavy stock. You can see, you know, this is typical fodder. It's even got a little bit more overbought than this on earnings. I don't even want to call it euphoria, but it had a good run here in October. All that being said, yeah, I'd rather be. It's a tough one. Obviously, these are all news related and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, screen share. I'm so sorry, Caleb. Oh man, my boy, help me out. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I'm sorry. Dang. All right. Well, hopefully the knowledge was still received. And you missed the other one. Oh, I apologize about that. Something had happened with the feed, as they say. Thanks for that message. So here's Walgreens, a really ugly chart, very heavy. I like it. You know, before this news, a seller down to about $8. Again, the 52-week low was the week before Thanksgiving at $8. But that is right here. You know, you're $2 above it. I personally wouldn't touch it. This name has had these kind of rumors before, and they usually fade. Okie dokie. All right, now let's go to the losers. Albertsons. You can't say this about many names. 52-week low on this. So down 2.5% today, but that is enough for a 52-week low. This is a very technically pretty chart to trade. Tag. This almost reminds me of a piece of crap nat gas. So that's why we're doing this together, is to get trading ideas, and there's a lot playable. And again, it doesn't really matter to me if they're optionable. I'm going to play this through shares. A lot of these are high vol anyway, so you don't really need that much leverage. So anyway, so here in August, beautiful tag, unable to recover. It's essentially, you know, 10-month moving average here. And then it did again, a beautiful identification of on the November 29th, and boom, quickly what happens? New 52-week lows. So what set this a tumble today? Let me see. Not sure, maybe it was sales numbers or something. Let me see here. Let me see. Their deal for a grocer rival got blocked by the judge. So Kroger, Albertsons deal looks like it's getting blocked. This reminds me of the Spirit Airlines and JetBlue merger, and this is basically the Spirit Airlines in this. So Albertsons, obviously known the supermarket people. I think they own Acme and a lot of the other stores. 52-week low, very ugly. So in terms of, you know, forecast, again, these are all news related, so all these are going to move. A lot of momentum plays. I like this to the sell side, but around $18. So it closed right there at $18.50. Don't like buying 52-week lows. It is not a new RSI confirmation here. So that's interesting to me. This looks, out of all the names that we've seen, this looks, I mean, it's the first loser that we saw. But this looks, I don't want to say buyable because the chart looks like trash, but you might be able to buy it for a short-term move to 19, and then sell. It's not worth the move to me, so I would pass personally. But I don't think the bottom absolutely falls out, and this thing just absolutely cascades. Okay, next was SiriusXM Radio, down 12% today. Let me just go right to Google and see what's going on, because I like bar chart for the technicals and stuff, but the news features not so great. So this was the opposite of Alaska Air. These guys had a weak 2025 revenue outlook, and I believe they are planning $200 million in cost cuts, pulling back from streaming, doubling down on the core auto market. So they're taking some chance, some risk. Market hates that. Ugly. Also, something that's beautiful at standing out, I hope you're starting to notice, is these trash names. And, obviously people work at these companies, etc. I'm not insulting, but in terms of technically speaking, trading it, look at the identification tag right there. July 4th week, sold right after that. 200-day moving average. Did it again a couple weeks later in July. Boom. You almost got a chance here. That would have been awesome. And then they guided lower today. So, going forward, that's what I'm hoping to have some signals here. If I have something that's really compelling, I'll write it down. Honestly, this would have been great like yesterday, but obviously you wouldn't have, knew the announcement beforehand. This goes to about 24. This is an ugly looking candle with the 52-week low back here about 22. I like this probably down another $1. It's a high vol name, so that's a percent. So maybe there's another easier way to make a percent, but that would be again, the market SPY is very near all-time high. So I want to lean a little bit bullish overall, picking some stuff on sale potentially, not trying to short things into the hole. And lastly, talking about opportunities, Oracle today, I believe they had not so great earnings, and they had some stuff to say. Some analyst downgrades as well underneath. I think they didn't have just the best news to say in the results. Just a lot of hype as well. So Oracle today down 7%, but if you could see what was different from Albertsons and Sirius, this is a star, absolute star. This should be the opposite of what I said in regards to, so when a piece of crap name rises 200-day moving average, you sell the crap out of it. When you're done, you sell it some more. Inversely, when a superstar stock falls to the 200-day moving average, you buy it, and then when you're done, you buy it some more. No different is Oracle here. Last chance you had that essentially was picture perfect May 31st, right on Memorial Day, and then this thing really started to experience periods of overbought for a month here and change, October. So this one, by the way, had an all-time high yesterday. So let's take it easy. So a lot of hype. I'm bullish this name. My target is, I think it's going to mean revert. This is a great name. I'm going to write this one down. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but I am going to write down Oracle. I think anything under 186 is a great discount. I don't think this name is absolutely going to have a horrible day. Again, they reported $1.47. The estimate was $1.48. They're a massive part of the trend in all types of fashion, enterprise, and just you want to stay long Oracle. I'm long Tackett. I think this is a good example of getting this name cheaper. So I'm going to write December 11th, Oracle under 186 buy. So we'll see. And what I mean by that is I'm obviously going to watch how it trades tomorrow. That's not a buy signal or anything like that. But there's really not much reason for this to get on the 176. And if you look at this, you can see how they bought it today. The stock went as low as 171 today. They rallied and closed towards the high of day. So that's what I want to see out of superstar behavior. So I like that. All right. So we got one already out of that. So let's keep going. Now this gets really crazy, really crazy. Top 3 gainers of the past 5 days. No repeating charts, though. Is that crazy name QURE that we opened the show with, the biotech company, up 147% in 5 days. Obviously, much of it today, but that is leading all stocks, again, with my filter of it being at least $10 share price and at least 1 million. I'm very tired today. My kid thinks waking up at 4 a.m. and going into your room is where's Lammy? And he's right next to him, thinks that's an important question. So the coffee really didn't even work today. I forgot what was I saying here. So the names get crazy. 1 million shares average volume on the 20-day typically. I don't want to see it just today because all these are going to have crazy volume days today. All right, so QURE was the first one. The next one is, again, this is the fun part. I've never heard some of these names either. The second best returner in the stock market in the past 5 days. Again, I already told you what the time frame was. So this looks like a buyout news or something. Let me just look at this. This is called Cross City Hlthcr. This is a talent management and a consultative services for healthcare clients. It's a $600 million company on $1.5 billion revenue. I'm pretty sure, let me just see, they got bought out. This thing had a 52-week low in November. This might mean no trade. I'm just curious because obviously this 200 days flat. Let me just see what the heck happened here. Oh my God. I'm not going to consult them anymore. Give me a sec. Because it looks interesting to me. Obviously, it looks like they got bought out. I want to confirm. Cross Country Hlthcr. There we go. Acquired by AGIO Healthcare and $615 million deal. Shares surge. So it was a buyout deal with it did have some volume before, and that's why I popped up on my screener. Sometimes it's going to come like that, and this deal again happened in the last week. All right, next. Hopefully this is a little bit different, and you actually have a chart left to right. So is SOUN. So you know this is Soundhound. This is up 59% in the past 5 days. There you go, with 52-week highs emerging yesterday at $16. This thing today down 5.5%. Wow, this one's quite the crawler. So again, the 200-day moving average is all the way down at $5. We are currently at $14. My full target for this, even though bullish, is around, oh golly, Miss Molly, like $11 to $12, right around there. So I would like any pullback. This isn't as compelling as the Oracle deal. I like Oracle. Obviously, I'm a slave to mega cap tech, but under 186, that was an overreaction today. A lot of hype going into it. I like Oracle. Soundhound, I know it sounds crazy, but if you could buy this at around $10, where it was, 4 days ago, you're still paying kind of a premium for a crazy name. If you guys know, I'm not really, Soundhound does the AI solution that enables businesses across automotive, TV, blah, blah, blah. And they are a $6 billion company off almost no revenue, 67 million with an M dollars. But no one cares about valuation in this market any longer. So again, if you get this at $10, this thing's crazy. Obviously has a $1 ATR or average true range. So you should expect a lot every day. Again, that's why I'm not advising options for any of this. It's really not necessary. So if any pullbacks, you're buying a nice winner. This has, we were talking about the opposite, the other names, no reason to own Sirius and Walgreens. This has been a name you've wanted to own strongly since February. No reason not to own Soundhound. Obviously, a lot of people buy just because AI is in the name. That is a reason for a lot of people to buy. All right, so that was the way it went. QURE up 147, CCRN with that buyout, and then SOUN up 60. Crazy names. Now let's go to the downside. Again, I'm doing these right here live. Zjk down. Oh man, some of these charts are ugly. That's what it's going to be. This thing's ugly. Trading's ugly. Believe me, if you do it a lot all the time, it's ugly. So this is a weird, strange name. It came up on my. Oh, that's funny. Speaking of piece of crap, I'm having a question on natural gas. We'll look at it, sure. So 52-week low for this one. This came up. I don't know how this passed on my filter. So I will have to do a deep dive on this. I almost want to just skip this one. This is a crazy name. And it's up 27% in the past 5 days. What even is this? Let me see something here. A machinery name out of China. So, of course, FXI got hammered today. So there you go. They do precision metal parts for China and Taiwan, also some in the U.S. And they are a billion-dollar company off very little revenue. Anyway, I'm not touching this one with a 39.5-foot pole. It's from the Grinch. Still Christmas. It's almost Halloween. It's almost Christmas. I said Halloween. I told you I'm exhausted. All right, next one, base. If this chart looks like crap, I'm just going to go to the next one. This is the problem. Oh, there you go. Okay. When I say it looks like crap, I meant like it didn't actually have the parameters I was looking for. So this one, yikes. So this was a pretty tag. I mean, this chart, no reason to hold this after this earnings report back in June. These guys are in IT services, providing cloud database platform for enterprise apps in the U.S. It's a billion-dollar company off 200 million revenue. But again, no reason to hold this after June. I would like to. So again, this was flat today. If this rose to about 18.5, I'm not super high conviction. But if this got to about 18.5, I would like to sell it. So this could have some bullishness potentially. I don't think it's going to get that pretty and easy clear cut. If you see 17, 18 handle on this, I would consider selling down to a 17 target, but not my favorite space. This one has gotten hammered this week, down 26%, mostly as reaction to these earnings. Last week, the thing went from a $21 close to 16 in a day. So that can be, life comes at you fast. And then the next one, a pharmaceutical company. Obviously, these ones are crazy down. This is down 22% in the last 5 days. This one, though, coming off a 52-week high in November, 62, 63 bucks. Was having a nice climb just literally days ago, right there on the 6th, and boom, 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 very quickly, down 5% today. I'm guessing these guys got Dikembe'd in some sort of a approval or something like that. Let's see. Unexpected side effects. Yeah, people don't like that. And then analyst downgrades after that is expected bad side effects. So that is what's happened with the stock, and that's how you move like that so quickly. Not that, I mean, I like the support at about 40, 40. This is a biotech name, obviously, and a $3 billion one at that. Very early, though it seems early stages considering they have only $32 million in revenue. So on the younger side, I kind of like this one. If you could get this at 42, if this has more volatility, I don't think it's that easy for you. I would pick this up at 42. I don't think it's going to happen. Never oversold this entire year. Most selling volume today. Seems like maybe capitulatory. If you get to 42, I'll put an alert on it. I'll do 42. I don't think it's going to get there. Like I said, I like the support before this ugliness at about 49. I didn't really think it was going to plunge today, but that's big, and it seems like they don't have maybe potentially that many drugs in trial like that. So it could be a roadblock, but not getting oversold. I like this one. I already have a biotech, so I'm not trying to get nuts and get in deeper. But if you don't have one, this definitely does not look like a bad one. Okay, I got a comment here from my buddy here. I do it through the UNG here. Okay, so you can see where it closed. I mean, I know nat gas, the actual commodity, closed at $3 and about 19 cents, if that's right. So that's equivalent here to the UNG. For all intents and purposes, 1380. I am short UNG through Jan put spreads, and I love it. Again, absolutely performs like a piece of trash stock. Gets to the 52-week high or the 200-day moving average, which is sliding consistently from the top left to the bottom right of your screen. Dikembe'd. I've been participating, not so much here. I did it more recently. I did it here, and then much more so last year. And then again, so here we are. So the question is, what's the outlook for net gas? Looks to be holding the 21-day. Yeah, that's true. It actually is basing right around here. I'm dealing in these terms. The 21-day expensive moving average for net gas is right here on the money, essentially 1379. I think you do actually, Chris, do get some buying to about 1470. Around there, around 1470. I did think, like I said, I thought it was 50-50 ball if we got new 52-week lows that were going to overtake this. It was looking a little close. I actually do not think that is going to happen, at least this cycle. But I think what is going to happen is this potentially gets a rally to, I think you're going to get a little bit excited. I think you're going to have potentially, the slope is slowing here in the 200-day moving average. It's not like you want to sell in the hole. And that's why, again, just because I had a picture perfect tag for me is why I participated. But honestly, it could be basing here for longer, and I think it's going to actually get to as high as 15.5. So that's going to be very good for you, because I know you're, long, I believe. So that is, I think it's actually going to overtake the 200-day moving average. So look out. I think the next 2 weeks, bullish and sentiment in net gas. So congrats. I'll tell it to you right now. I'm actually, again, to finish that up, put a button on it. I am short through the put spread. I'm actually potentially, maybe I'll buy something shorter dated. And I actually like the way it is holding its 21 day. So I'm actually going to write, and I never thought I would do it. I'm not going to write UNG equals poop, because that's my usual nomenclature when I get involved. It's like the ATM to the downside. But what I will do here is maybe a call spread, or I'll sell puts. So the vol is good in here. So I might just honestly sell puts against my actual puts. So that's probably what I'm going to do. All righty. So I hope you enjoyed the single stock stuff. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be the stuff that matters. Sometimes big cap stuff like Oracle, sometimes crazy biotechs ADRs, who knows? Okay. So I'm looking to do this at least once a week. Let's have some fun. All right. Peace, y'all. Ow, I hit myself in the face. Peace.